audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. 3, 2, 1, go! Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. LoveLine, coast to coast.
That's right. You're Adam Carolla. Why doesn't it sound like, to me, your voice is like the equivalent of having your fingernails right down the chalkboard? Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Breathes heavy.
We got to eat while you do.
Oh, man. So what's going on, you guys? I've done LoveLine, 15, 20 times for Adam, if you haven't listened before. I'm trying my best. I try my hardest. I'm no good.
Oh, you're great.
I'm all right.
I'm trying to remember when you were last here. Was it like 6 months ago or something?
It was a little less.
Really?
I think it was about 3 months ago.
Good.
For like
really?
a 5-day stint.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That's good.
It was good. I have a question for you, since you are a doctor.
Yeah.
Why is it I ate tuna fish today, 2 big scoops, your buzzer's going off? His vibrator's already going off.
You know what?
What's wrong?
I've got just medical problems everywhere I'm dealing with today.
Unacceptable.
I will seriously probably have to get up from this mic like 3 times tonight. Seriously.
If you do, I'm going to grab you.
I have no choice.
You can't leave me hanging.
Yeah.
All right, and answer this question real quick before we take calls. Why is it I had a scoop of tuna, then I drank a bunch of water, and my urine is smelling like the tuna? That's never happened in my life.
No, it's not.
I swear.
No.
It smelled exactly like it.
No. Urine always kind of smells like tuna.
No. Tastes like chicken, though. Why does that happen? You're the doctor.
That shouldn't happen.
It went through too fast. Something's going on.
No.
Yes. All right, Dr. Drew is drinking his coffee out of a VIP glass, the show VIP, and we're taking calls, 1-800-LOVE-191, and we're going to speak to Frank, who's 20. What's up, Frank?
How you doing? I got a question with about oral sex and, contracting an STD like HIV or...
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. How common is it?
Oral sex, HIV?
Right.
Not very common.
All right, well, here's the situation. It gets a little complicated.
Well, what? No. You were with somebody new recently?
Oh, yeah.
And was this person at risk for HIV?
I don't know. She kind of... I don't think she's like...
was she a drug addict?
She's $50 on the corner in New York.
Yeah, was she a prostitute?
Yeah. No, but I'm sure she's not too far off, you know what I'm saying?
All right. And so you had oral sex with her?
Right.
And do you have any symptoms afterwards?
Well, this was Saturday, so this was 2 days ago.
Okay, so nothing yet anyway.
No.
No sore throat or anything like that, no blisters and whatnot. All right, so what else extenuating is going on here?
All right, well, I had some teeth pulled about a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, I don't believe the sores are still open. But
yeah, that's probably sealed up pretty good. But be that as it may, certainly any kind of open wound can increase the probability of all kinds of diseases being transmitted, right? You're exposing her body fluid to your blood.
Plus, I found out the following morning that I found, I guess it was traces of menstrual blood. I found it, in my fingernails, so.
Nice.
Oh,
it paints quite a picture, Frank.
Frank, I got a question for you, man. Did you know before you were going down there that she's been around the block a little bit?
No, I didn't.
How'd you find that out then?
The next day.
From her or her friends?
No, her friends and everyone else. This was at school, so. And, she kind of came home with me, and that one thing led to another,
I suggest just relax, be careful in the future, and make your choices with, somebody and use latex barriers, that sort of thing.
And after
relax.
you go to the dentist, wait at least 2 weeks before you're going down on the skink in New York. Right? Possibly?
Which he's exposing her to.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
You're 15 on LoveLine. What's up?
My girlfriend, she told me that, when she masturbates and, when somebody finger bangs her or whatever, she can't have an orgasm.
Right, as with most 15-year-olds.
She can't do it.
It's not normal?
No, most 15-year-olds have that. Females.
They do?
Yeah, and don't... Look, Jordan, she doesn't work like you do. Okay, her whole system, very different than yours.
Okay.
Can you accept that?
Yeah.
Yours, you touch it a certain way, pow, goes off. Hers, no way. No way.
I don't even have to touch it for it to go off.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. God will do it for you at night sometimes.
Right.
And the thing is here that most women under the age of 20 really never have an orgasm under any circumstances.
Really?
And after around 20, they will start sort of figuring out masturbation, and by 18, 22, and sometimes have it with oral sex, but not with intercourse. And ultimately, some will have with intercourse, and many never will.
Jordan, if you're worried that you can't satisfy her, don't even trip, man, because as Drew just said, most 15-year-olds, no dice.
But what she really wants is just the feeling of connection with you and intimacy, and she's looking for a relationship. See, guys want sex, and if a relationship comes, that's great. Women want a relationship. If sex comes, that's all right.
You wearing protection, Jordan?
Huh?
Are you wearing protection? It's
No.
a condom.
Yeah.
You are? Good.
Are you having sex with her?
One time, but other than that, no. It was like just finger banging.
Yeah, 15. Wow.
Well, be careful, all right?
Well, your mic's not on, so it doesn't matter what you're saying, Stryker.
Hello.
There you are.
Hello. Be careful, Jordan.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, man.
Okay. All right. 1-800-LOVE-191. It's LoveLine. We're waiting for Shawnee Smith from the show Becker, which I've never seen, but it's doing well.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
You must be on during this show.
It is, I think.
That's why I've never seen it.
All
You
right.
during your show.
Right. During my radio show out here. All right, Ann.
Oh, hello.
Hello there. You're 40.
Yes, I am. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hey, Ann.
I'm calling because I'm a pot addict. I have been for many years, but past 3-4 years, thanks to you, your great help,
Oh.
I've been quitting.
Great,
and
congratulations.
I quit for 2 years, and then I went back, and then quit again for another year. But recently I started up again, which is very uncool because last summer I quit. So it's been almost another year, but I didn't make it. Anyway.
Do you go into MA?
No, there's one here, but
If you don't go to 12-step, you will not stop doing drugs. Just mathematically, that's just the way it works.
it's really hard. It's a really tough drug.
Why don't you do what is necessary to stop it?
Yeah, well, I will. It's just that it's sort of a little period that happened here. Anyway.
Wait. Why won't you do what's necessary to have it stopped?
I think it.
It's obvious that
What will happen? What will happen is. Tell you what's going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to keep trying on and off and white knuckling, and you're not going to get into recovery, and you're going to have panic attacks and depression. You're going to start seeing. Hold on. Then you're going to start seeing doctors, and some well-meaning doctor is going to put you on Xanax or some kind of stimulant, because stimulants will take care of your depression.
Okay, well.
And let him finish, Ann. Let him finish.
So or you're going to find your own way to speed or something, because the depressions and the problems associated with chronic marijuana use are reversed by the amphetamines, by the stimulants. But then that will begin to take off, and that's what will really become a more serious problem.
Well, that's my question. I was just 2 weeks ago put on Adderall.
There you go.
What is that, Dr. Drew?
Speed.
Speed.
It's been the most wonderful.
Yes, of course. You're on speed.
Well, that's not the effect that I have.
It's speed. It's. I'm telling you, Ann, it's speed.
Even though it has the opposite effect.
Right.
So you don't think it's a good drug that I was put on?
My opinion is, I think it's okay that I understand the doctor having done that, and I'm glad you feel better. But there will be a big price for this. My opinion.
What, for smoking the pot, or
for the whole road you're going down? Things are progressing. Things
so
are
both
progressing.
are bad, you think?
That's what he's saying. Ann, if you were able to stop for a year and then got back on it, and then you stopped for whatever it was, 2 years, and got back on it, your system may be good for a year. It's not working. Drew is saying it is.
What I'm saying, what I said was, I magically predicted that you'd find your way to speed. And here you are.
There it is.
There you are. And that's the way this disease goes. And this will progress. There will be a price for this.
Well, they tried Zoloft, Paxil, all of those
and
things.
they can try everything, but you're skipping the treatment.
Okay.
You're not willing to do the treatment.
Okay, so you think if I do quit smoking the pot again,
No.
can I?
No. I think if you get into a program of recovery, all your symptoms will settle down.
Okay.
But if you don't do that, this will never work. You cannot possibly do it, and you will have to be on some kind of medication. And the medicines that will work are the ones that will make your disease progress. Typically,
Which is Adderall.
I don't want to come down too hard on the Adderall because it's a rational thing to do, and I understand why they did it. But I think it's skipping the real treatment, and it's putting you at grave risk of progression. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But even if the Adderall is taking care of the ADD that I have.
Of course, all addicts have ADD, or most addicts have ADD.
I also have dyslexia, dyscalculia, learning disabilities.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
But this has really, really helped.
Well, you listen. It's fine, and I don't want to because it's not exactly an amphetamine. It's a little bit different. I don't want to smash it, and it's a rational thing to do. I've just seen too many awful things. Not awful, but missed opportunities because people get off onto these stimulants as opposed to getting their treatment done, and there ends up being a price down the road.
Every time I listen to the show, every time I'm hosting the show, you'll get someone that calls in that has been addicted to something.
Yeah.
Not only will they not let you or Adam finish, and I couldn't get a word in there, but there's an excuse or a retort for everything.
Sure, they got a reason for it all.
And then they ask the same question 50 times in a row.
No.
And you're trying to give them the answer.
Yeah, it's a disease.
Go to the 12th step. It's a disease. I know. I'm not trying to be harsh on the lady.
It's the denial. That's it. It's
You understand why I hate our callers, even the ones that have been
Oh, I feel so good here. John, 20.
John.
How you doing?
What's up?
I just recently found out that my girlfriend has HPV, and I mean we practice safe sex and everything like that, and we've been dating for a few months now, and she said she knew this for like a few weeks, and that's because
she knew what? What? She knew what?
She knew for a few weeks
that she's had. What is that? Warts?
Warts.
Okay.
Yeah,
she knew a few weeks. Yeah, a few weeks in like October of 2000.
And I'm like, I regularly get tested because it's you never know what the hell's floating out there.
What is the test that you get for the warts?
Well, I'm gonna go tomorrow for this, and I don't know because I'm wondering, like, I'm afraid now, seriously.
Well, you haven't seen any warts, right?
No, I don't see anything.
And what they do is they pour acetic acid on your penis and shine a bright wood light on, a black light on it, like we did to Adam.
Wait, you ended up doing that?
Yeah, you have a tape of that? Here, listen. He's going to get it.
Well, I guess we'll hear in a second.
Yeah, man. Here he comes. No?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I just dumped acid all over my penis.
Yeah, we dumped acid on his penis, and we had a big purple, bright, black light.
And if things show up in the black light?
And little white things show up, that's the wart before you see the wart.
Like, since we've been practicing safe sex and everything, is there still a chance?
There's a chance, but it's less likely.
It's very less likely.
Dr. Drew, is there a chance of getting HPV if there's none present? Or you get it automatically if there's none present?
I mean warts?
Yes.
Yes, you don't have to have the wart present
to
get it.
Give it to somebody else.
What about if she has it, but she doesn't have any? What about with oral sex? Like as far as her performing it on me?
Can she get it in her mouth?
No, she does not have
I'm saying, like, can I get it from her at all?
From her mouth?
Not unless she's taking care of her own business when you're not around.
She's got
John.
nothing in her mouth. Don't worry about that, all right?
All right.
All right, John. Good luck with the warts.
All right, thanks.
Call me tomorrow.
All right. Good times.
1-800-LOVE-191. That's the number. Ace Roccola ain't here. I'd be Stryker with Dr. Drew, and we'll speak to Bethany. You're 17. Hello there.
Hi. I'm having a little bit of a problem because every time I orgasm, I then get turned off by the idea of having sex with my boyfriend.
How often you're orgasming?
It's pretty frequent, almost every time.
You get turned off by what?
The idea of having sex. Like, he'll go down on me, and it'll be great. I'll enjoy that. And then when we go to have intercourse, it just grosses me out.
Well, because you already had your orgasm, right?
Yeah.
What if he'd done...
But I feel bad because, I get to be pleased by it, and then he doesn't.
What if he were to have intercourse with you before the orgasm?
Then it's fine.
Why don't you kind of do that?
Because I can only orgasm from oral sex.
I know.
Right, so here, listen, Bethany. Next time you're with them, have the sex part first, and then have him go downstairs.
He won't after he's already done what...
He will, too. He's not that big of an ass, is he?
Believe me, he's 17, he's got a checklist of all the things he wants to do, and that's on there.
Okay.
He's not that... Come on, he's not that much of a jerk.
Well, it's just kind of gross because, after you have intercourse...
You're grossed out. He doesn't care.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Bethany.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Jessica, you're 15 on LoveLine.
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
I did something kind of sneaky. I went fake baking or tanning on Saturday.
What'd you call it?
Fake bacon.
Fake bacon.
Like a lot of the news people on TV.
Sure. But it was kind of dumb of me.
Why?
For a couple of reasons. Well, one, I didn't tell my parents. And you need to be like 18 or something. So I used a friend's name and I went. I didn't think it was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I have pretty fair skin. Like, I have dark hair, but fair skin. And I have skin cancer on both sides of my family. And I went.
What kind of skin cancer?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
How many times did you go? One time?
Just once.
Okay.
But, I noticed, actually, tonight, like, I just noticed tonight that there's always been this mole on my face, and it's never been a problem. But for the first time, it actually hurt to the touch.
Well, it has nothing to do with the whatever you did.
I'm sorry?
It has nothing to do with the tanning salon.
Are you sure?
How many minutes were you in the bed?
15.
That's too long for your first time, by the way.
Really?
My friend John owns a tanning salon in Missouri.
Oh, God.
Yeah, in Branson.
Nice.
So,
no, Jessica, listen, it takes years for that to cause cancer.
Even in a mole?
Even in a mole. Moles don't really...
Such a relief.
Yeah, and even then, the moles that are cancerous usually are new, although sometimes it's the one you had before. But, yeah, have the mole looked at, see why it's tender, but it has nothing to do with the tanning.
Actually, I want to ask you a quick question. Why, do you have an event where you need to be in a bikini or something? Is that why you went?
No, I just kind of wanted some color. I've always been fairly pale.
Okay. Well, why don't you go to a Cubs game and get a little sun?
Been doing that too, actually.
Very good.
Where's sunscreen?
Can I just say that you guys are great? As soon as I touched my face and I was like, wow, that hurts, I freaked out. I was like, should I run and tell my parents? Should I call my doctor? What should I do? And I don't know. I think this is great that you have a place where kids like me can call and not be totally freaked out.
Great.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, man, I am the best.
You're cool.
Just kidding, you guys. All right, Matt, you're 19. What's up, man?
I had a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah?
I was wondering, when I have anal sex with my girlfriend, her nose bleeds.
Just the sort of the pictures I'm painting tonight are so colorful, so delightful.
I love that.
What can I say?
How many times? Every time?
Every time.
I don't buy this for some reason.
Yeah, I kind of with you. But is she straining?
Huh?
Yeah, he's BSing.
I don't know what he's talking about. You believe him?
I think he's BSing.
You do?
Listen, obviously, don't do it. Is she straining? It's could be causing all kinds of pressure in her head.
Have you? You mean because she's like, ugh,
yeah,
like that?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you on the toilet?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
All right, good.
And she had her blood pressure checked.
Karen.
Yes.
What's up? You're 21 on LoveLine.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, it's more of a concern than a question. I can't have sex.
How come?
Well, ever since I found out I was pregnant, I have not even been interested in having sex. I rarely get horny. I don't even masturbate. I think I've masturbated 5 times since I found out I was pregnant.
How far are you into the pregnancy?
My son's 3 months old now.
How about in the 3rd trimester? Did you have any feelings then?
No.
Have you had any depression since the delivery?
Oh, I've always been depressed.
Are you on antidepressants?
No.
Where's the father, by the way?
Huh?
Where's the dad of your baby?
Oh, please. Stryker on LoveLine.
Lord, if I know.
Yeah, see, I just wanted to just make sure that I'm on the ball.
Yeah, you're on LoveLine.
I'm on the ball. I'm on the ball. All right. So what's your question? Why aren't you interested in sex?
I can't seem to have sex. I'm not even interested in it.
Really? Thank God. Keep it that way until you're 50 and rich.
I mean, I'm on birth control and everything.
Which pill are you on?
Oh, crap. It starts with an M.
If you're on birth control, you should know the name. Is it Mylanta?
M.
Mylanta. It's not Mylanta. I think that's an antacid.
M.
Come on, Dr. Drew.
M. What the hell, M? Really, M?
Yeah, I think it's Merced.
Oh, okay, Merced. Well, now, why'd they put you on that one? Do you have any idea?
That was just, I didn't want the shot. I didn't want anything like that. And even when I did have sex before I was pregnant, I would only have 1 orgasm.
Oh, but
I would come a lot, but I can only have 1 orgasm, and I'm done.
Yeah, okay. Well, we feel very sorry for you, Sarah, but aside from that, some of these pills can make, certainly pregnancy can make you not want to have sex, though many times in the last trimester, the last 3 months, some women get extra horny then. Then when the baby's delivered, usually there's a period of up to a year where women really don't want to have sex. They feel just sort of shut down. And one of the things that can restore things is being on the birth control pill, but you got to be on the right one. Some of them can make things worse. My understanding of this is that it's typically sort of a progesterone overdrive, and getting some pill with an estrogen in it tends to be helpful. So you might want to talk about changing your pill.
Is that what? Well, no, I would just keep it the way it is and keep her non-horny a little bit. Do you ever just celebrate in your head when there's no dad, the baby's 3 months old, and they're saying I'm not horny? You celebrate?
Yeah, I think about the next call. Next call.
All right. Hey, is it Chad or Shad?
Shad.
What's up, dude? You're 24 on LoveLine.
Yeah. My question is for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
I've had, for the past 4 years, I've been in a lot of relationships.
A lot of relationships. What does that mean?
Like 6 or 7. But for the past 2 years, I've been with my girlfriend. And it still goes on where I,
turn your radio down, dude. Hey.
What's that?
Laura, make sure they turn their radios down. Every single one of them got the radio on. Yeah, go ahead.
But I get off really fast, like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, is there anything I can do for that?
Well, you can masturbate.
Knock one off before sex.
Or masturbate very, very frequently and sort of get control over all this.
Well, I do. I masturbate 3-4 times a week.
All right.
That's nothing.
And how many times a week are you having sex?
Well, it used to be almost every day. But lately it's been once every 3 months.
Okay, you're still 2 minutes, huh?
Well, my girlfriend just had a baby. She's 8 months old.
Is the premature problem gotten worse as a result of having sex so irregularly?
Yeah, where it's been less often, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe more frequent sex would help you. More masturbation would help you. There's the serotonin reuptake inhibiting medications like Prozac, that kind of Zoloft. Sometimes people are prescribing those to help.
Oh, come on. You don't need medicine for that.
But as we always say on this show, I agree with you. But as we always say on this show, is really the clock starts running when you go down. You know what I'm saying? Go down and you start getting busy with oral sex. And
that's sex for the girl once your head is down.
That's really what she wants anyway. Most women. Some it's not true, but I'd say most. And I really mean most. And so that's when your clock starts running. So in most situations, like Chad's describing, it's his ego that's concerned with it. He wants it to go longer. So she's not unhappy. She's fine as long as he's doing his business, doing his work.
Just take care of your business before you have the sex. And if you still last 2 minutes, then the women you're with in the future are going to love you because you can go many a time. Just go right after.
Well, yeah, you can do that. You can go another time. But oral sex. Concentrate on the oral sex.
All right. Is it what break time or are we taking another call here?
Break.
Break? Are you sure? All right, we got to take a quick break. We'll speak to Kyle in a minute. And he's gay. You're gay, Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191.
You're gay.
We'll be back right after this on LoveLine. It's LoveLine. We're back. 1-800. Hi, Love191. I'm Stryker in for Ace Roccola with Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist.
Here's Shawnee.
And right in the door, Shawnee Smith. Hi.
Hi.
Get a little closer. Get a little closer.
Really?
Sorry, I'm not
such a warm welcome.
Ace Roccola.
That's all right. You're
I'm
cute.
Ted. Oh, thanks. So are you. So you're you're on Becker.
Yes.
And you're also in a band, and I love the name of it, $5 Ho.
Yes.
So cool.
$5ho.com.
Where were you? Stuck on PCH, by the way?
Yeah, there was a pretty horrendous accident on PCH. I sat there for 30 minutes, or no, 45. Watched the medevac come in, and it was like a scene out of The Stand. People got out of their cars or walking.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you make friends with anyone?
No, actually, guys still flirted with me as I tried to, get information and stuff. I was really pretty flattered,
lovely.
I thought, really, it's all about me in this moment.
And right now, too, on the radio.
Right.
When is Becker on television?
Becker's on Monday nights at 9:30.
And it's doing really well. It's what,
doing
4th
really
or 5th
well.
year? 10th year? 4th year?
Yeah. 44th. No, we're going to do our 4th year next season.
Nice.
And I'm sure it'll do better after my Maxim magazine comes out this month.
I saw some of those photos, by the way. Maxim is just the best magazine.
Yeah, isn't it great? I
your
love
shots
the
look
articles.
good. Yeah, the articles, of course. What is it? It's a story and a pictorial?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No.
The answer.
It's very brief.
The
really,
questions get tougher as we
count.
go. Right. Very good. And you've been on here with Drew and Adam before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yeah.
More than once, yes.
No, I just saw you backstage at the Prism Awards, where you scared the crap out of me.
Why?
Because I told you that when I got shot up with Demerol after surgery, and I really loved it, that not everyone did.
Oh, yeah.
And I must have the gene.
We talked a little bit about that, didn't we?
Was that a good thing?
Everyone in that room had the gene, I think, so it was all right.
Yeah, right.
In fact, remember you talking, everyone's like, oh, yeah.
I know. I've done a poll since then. Most people do. Well, not everyone's really had shots of Demerol, but...
Well, it's I loved it reaction. That's unique. It's cool, it's fun, but I love it. It's okay.
You like something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I get this dysphoric.
Very good. All right, so call LoveLine, you guys. Talk to Shawnee. Talk to me and Drew. Kyle, you're on. You're 16 on LoveLine.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up?
I have something to say to Stryker first. You will never replace Ace Roccola. He is the man.
Yeah.
Relax, Kyle.
And Dr. Drew, you do a hell of a lot more than Adam does for the show.
That's
but
good.
Still, I had to give Adam props.
All right.
But anyway.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on hold for a minute there. Okay, let's go to Tina.
Yeah.
Hi, you're 19 on LoveLine.
Hi.
Unacceptable.
Gracias.
What did I do?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I met this guy, and
I was really dumb about it because, like, I knew the guy had been in jail and stuff, and I knew he had a wife and a 5-year-old kid and everything. And I consented.
But I loved him.
Don't you just love men like that?
And I'm such a good girl too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, surprise, surprise!
I am.
So what happened? You were typing back and forth, and he said he wants to meet you, and you said yay.
Oh, well, okay. I met him from a guy that I met. Creepy.
Watch your language.
Tina the good girl. Tina the good girl. He used the F and S word just freely and liberally. Go ahead.
And so I met this guy, and like he was like, "Oh, this is my friend," blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Okay, well that's cool." And so then I started hanging out with him. And I told my roommate, well, she's like my mom, basically, and I said, okay, I'll be home on Saturday. I left Friday. I didn't come home till Monday, and I had been up for like 5 days. I was totally drugged out, and she's like, what's wrong with you? And I consented to sex one time with this person, and I remember I was like totally out of it. Like I couldn't really move or anything, like total state of paralysis. And he raped me, basically, but I can't like prove it because I mean I don't know how. Like,
you don't remember anything other than the one time that
I remember like he grabbed me by my hair and he said, and I was starting to scream. He said, if you don't shut up, I'm going to shoot you. And basically I got passed out after that point.
Nice.
And I remember
why don't you immediately go to the police?
Exactly. I don't know why. And so
I
went and got tested for everything, you know, and the doctor at the clinic I went to, she's like, well, it's my duty to file a report, blah, blah, blah. Sure. And I'm like, I don't want to do that because if it goes to court, then I'm going to have to deal with looking at that person, dealing with that person. But it's his word against mine. He can say I consented, and I can say I didn't.
Well, so what went on here? When have you been a victim previously in your life?
I was molested as a young child when I was.
What happened with that?
That it was one of my really close family relatives.
Yeah.
And I was about 11 years old. And that lasted for a while, and then...
how old was that person?
About my age now.
So he was also...
19.
He was 19 at the time.
Yeah, and I was 11.
And how did that go down?
He didn't have sex with me or anything. He was just basically, like, touching me and all this stuff, you know. And, like, I kept, like, trying to, like, get my parents and stuff, you know, like, to notice. And I'm like, hello, help me. And they're just like, oh, how cute. He's taking care of his little cousin, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah. Anything else happened before 11?
Yeah, actually.
Magical.
I was about 3 years old, and we were moving into a new house. I was about 3 or 4, and one of the people that was helping, one of the movers, pulled out his penis and was grabbing my hand, like, you know, here, just touch it and stuff like that. And that went to court.
Okay, good.
That went to court, and it totally just freaked me out. I didn't want to deal with that.
All right, but the point is here, you got a long sort of pattern of repetition. Well, it's not a clear-cut repetition, but situations in which you've been victimized and traumatized. And the very first one was sort of awful, and it went up, you know, required you to go to court and go through these awful experiences that you don't want to go through. Yeah, you don't want to go through that again. And yet this situation is even more egregious. This is just outlandish. This is an awful situation.
So how can Tina break this pattern?
Well, the human brain is an interesting thing. If something traumatic happens to you early in life, right, it sort of etches in some wiring that causes you to go out and find those situations again and again
we talked about this the last time.
Well, yeah, but I've been seeing this guy for 2 months. We haven't had a sexual relationship other than just like oral sex, you know, for like 2 months. He's like a great guy. You know, he's not into drugs.
Yeah, but you've got this wiring in your head where you've got to go out and find these victimizers.
How long ago did this rape happen?
Last weekend.
Yeah, I still think you got to file a report, and you've got to get some treatment for trauma recovery.
I went and I got tested and everything.
No, trauma recovery therapy for a long time. Because this wiring in your brain is not going to unwire without a lot of work.
It's going to repeat itself even if she's cool right now.
You're going to keep dating a nice guy and going out and meeting the...
Right. Or you're going to keep sabotaging nice relationships and or finding the bad guys. You're going to keep doing that.
This guy was just released from prison.
Yeah, listen.
Are you scared of him? Is that why
it's not just...
I'm scared of him, and also he has a wife. and another lady that has his 5-year-old son.
Well, he's not likely to sort of bring you to the surface, okay? Not unless there's a reason for it. You need right now to get involved in some treatment. I think you need to file a report, and you need to get in some treatment. I don't think the report will go anywhere. You're not necessarily going to press charges, but to have that on file at least, I think it's important.
And it's not just coincidence that happened to you from what you see,
yes,
right?
This is round 3 for you, and probably many other circumstances like this through high school, too.
Just do those 2 things for yourself.
At least get into some treatment now, immediately.
All right. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the phone number. And Karen.
Hi.
Hi, you're 40 on LoveLine.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Dr. Drew. I love your program. It's great. Right to the chase.
This program, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's great. I have a boyfriend, wonderful guy, really great personality on every level, except one thing I discovered about him, and that is when
has
I'm not
no
with
penis.
him, he goes online to those free sex sites, and he...
Hold on one sec there. There's free sex sites?
Stryker wants the addresses.
That's exactly his response.
Give me the address.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's free sex. In other words, you go on camera, you select an anonymous person to interact with.
Yeah. Oh, my God, it's on camera.
Does he get filmed?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
And the other person gets filmed, and you exchange, you're on their little TV.
Oh, my God, it's finally come to this.
Yep.
That's
what he said.
bizarre.
He's so excited by it. He says it's the greatest thing.
And you're not cool with this, or you are?
No, I'm not.
I'm not cool with it either.
I think it's cheating.
Yeah. I don't know if it's cheating. It's just ridiculous, crazy behavior for him to be doing when he's married to you.
Not married.
Oh, going out.
Well, let's take it back a notch and talk about sort of online chatting, sex chats. Shawnee, would that be a problem for you? You were involved with someone who did that?
I actually very active sex chatter myself, but I found out that I have the gene last time I talked to you, so let me find out more. No, I'm kidding. No, go ahead.
But if somebody were to do that, would that bother you?
Yeah.
So that just chatting online and using a lot of sexual interaction would be troubling.
Yeah.
All right.
I like to explore all the freakish, sexy, crazy stuff within $5 hoe, but outside of that, I would probably be offended by many things that...
If you were watching yourself on $5 hoe, you'd be offended.
I might be, yeah.
To the guys listening, you hear this voice coming, you're like, what is this girl like? She's exactly like that. She looks like she would just rip you a new one in the sack.
It's all good and kinky until it's, someone that you care about or love.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so even if a guy was just chatting, never saw the person, doesn't know who the person is, but is chatting intimately, that would be disturbing.
Oh, yeah, that would piss me off.
Most women find that a very serious violation of their trust. Men could care less if women were to do that. Just, hey, who cares? It's just somebody.
Right.
Women see that as sort of an intimate interaction, which it kind of is.
Right.
And now we're taking it to the new level where there's actually cameras on one another. And
what is he doing in the camera? Like masturbating or something?
And why is that different than being in the room together? It's not. That's the next step, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not very different.
It's so
it's bizarre.
Though.
But it's so intimate. It's like, I can understand, Karen. That would be very troubling for you.
So, Karen, have you told him that you're not digging this?
Therapists are going to be out of business soon.
It's no different.
Are you kidding?
It's going to act out.
Wait, what's that?
It's the problem.
Go ahead, Karen.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, he just said that it's no different than a magazine.
Well, I don't know how to sort of I don't want to judge it, but how to even sort of understand this, because it feels to me like there's a real human there, and there's just a camera, a wire, electronic medium connecting you all, and it is different than typing, because you really do see the person, and I understand his point that it is kind of he experiences it as very impersonal, and what is important is how he's experienced it, of course, right? Because he doesn't feel like he wants to be away from his.
How long have you been going out,
Karen?
2 years.
How long?
2 years.
2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well,
man, I think it's just up to the individual couple, and you know what?
Yeah.
If it bothers one person, then you gotta tell the person that's doing it. And maybe some couples are cool with one person going on.
I think that people need to be much more respectful of one another's feelings.
Very well put.
And if this bothers her, this can't be the most important thing in his life, and if it is, he's a effing loser.
Right.
Go, Dr. Drew.
Other fish in the sea, baby.
Yeah.
You are so sensitive, Dr. Drew. Oh, man.
I like it. We're going to have to go out.
All right. Alan.
give you a ring.
Yeah. You're 23.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up? I got this small problem. Not
Pot smoking?
like
Is
the
it?
last person.
You smoke pot, right?
No, this isn't that. I know what you pick. I almost went there, but I realized it's not that.
I don't do that, and I don't drink either. So.
Gotcha. I'm with
Said
you.
it's a small problem.
Every once in a while, like, I'll date. I've been concentrating a lot more on work because I want to get my head straight and get out on my own and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's the problem?
Well, it's like every time I do have a girlfriend, it's like no matter how nice I treat them, they're like, sometimes they'll like it, and other times they'll be like, get away from me, you're smothering me, or...
I'm not even listening at this point for some reason.
I got it. I'm with
help
you.
Me. Someone help me.
Being nice, what does that mean to you?
guy.
Yeah, what does that mean to you?
Excuse me?
What does being nice mean to you?
I would just be nice to her.
What does that mean?
I'd take her places.
How about if you're going out to dinner? How do you ask her out?
Would you like to go to the Olive Garden with me? They got the all-you-can-eat lasagna bar next week.
Or would you say, or would you ask her to, to make plans for her? Listen to this. You make a plan and tell her where we're going, and that's.
No, I'd ask her.
I don't know. Where do you want to go? This is that guy.
No, I'd ask her where she wanted to go.
Yeah, where do you want to go? That's not. Women don't like that.
You're not going to get her in the sack, buddy.
Women want to feel safe. They want to feel like they have somebody who is decisive, who is present, they want to see a piece of you. Yes, it's nice to be respectful of what her wishes are if she doesn't like what you've selected, but she wants you. She wants to know where you want to go to dinner, and she wants to be present with someone while she's having dinner. Is that close enough, Shawnee?
That is very well put, once again.
Thank you.
What about slow talkers? What do you think of that? Because, Alan, honestly, we ask you a question, it takes you an hour to spit out 9 words. The woman just must hang herself.
I'll usually
after a
just
little.
break into the booger picking song myself.
Right.
Okay.
All right, Alan. Try to have a little edge to yourself and be honest with them, and
don't be afraid to be present. It's not about listen. Guys get into this thing where it's like, I'm so nice, but listen, what you are is sort of
most nice guys end up trying to be controlling down they want something for it. In the back end.
There's an entitlement.
It's yes.
Yeah, there's an entitlement.
At the end of the day,
because I'm so nice,
right.
I'm entitled to more.
Right. Yeah. You owe me.
You're right.
For all this niceness. Beware of the guy who opens your car door, I say.
No. But guys, this isn't even that, although it could get to that.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
It is somebody who just has difficulty being present in a relationship. And why don't we such a pussy? Women don't like that.
No, they don't. They definitely don't. All right,
segueing to the pot smoker.
Yes. What? Break? Break, schmake. Drew, goddamn. All right, we got to take a quick break. Shawnee Smith is here from Becker, and she's in $5 Ho, which is a band, and we'll hear a little something from the CD.
Oh,
hopefully
right.
in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, we'll speak to Danielle in a minute from my old stomping ground in Tucson, Arizona after this on LoveLine.
LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. Back in a minute.
Yeah, we're back. It's LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. It's Stryker with Dr. Drew, and from the TV show Becker, Shawnee Smith, who got a little late. There was an accident, but you're here, you're hanging, and you're also in a band, $5 Ho.
Yes,
and
$5 Ho.
You played the Whiskey the other night, right?
Yeah, we played Unsigned on Sunset night on Thursday. And Friday, I got a couple calls from labels.
Good for you. Well, let's play a little something from the CD.
Yeah,
and maybe
love to.
Guy O'Siri is listening or something.
Yeah, Butch Vig.
Hello, Guy. Yeah, God, I love that guy. So
Dream
cool.
producer.
There you go.
Yeah, he's
All
the
right.
perfect producer for
Let's check out $5 Ho right now, Shawnee Smith's band. And we're back. I guess we're hearing a little piece of it. There's a piece of your music right there. So $5ho.com. How do you spell the first word?
I would have had to work much harder in the waiting room to get the whole song
If you want another 30 seconds, you're going to have to remove the top. Just kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about here. How do you spell the first word if they want to go to that website?
It's spelled FYDOLLAHO.
Say that again.
F is in Frank. Y. D is in dog. OLLA. Second word, HO.
Ho.
But on the net, it's all one word.
There you go.
And you can get naked and put yourself on camera in our website if you like.
Oh, nice effect.
As long as you're photogenic.
I'm going to sign up, and I am photogenic. Here's my smile. Like those little girls on HBO last night, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, we're going to have to get you a flipper.
A flipper?
Make that perfect.
There you go. All right, dance,
sick.
girl, show it off. Danielle, you're 15 from Tucson. What's going on?
Not much. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. My
This is
question
one we
was.
could bet on.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
My question was. Every time that I masturbate, I do it for a while, and then when I start to really get into it, I start crying, and I cry for an hour, sometimes 2, and I just shake and.
How often do you do this?
Really, practically every time.
How often does that occur?
Maybe 4 days a week.
4 days a week, you send yourself into fits of crying.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to. I usually hope it doesn't happen.
But has it ever not happened?
Sometimes, but I mean, that's usually if I don't know, it just sometimes doesn't happen. I don't know really why it goes off and on. It just.
Where do you think this is coming from?
Well, I did get molested when I was 7 by my stepdad, and.
Well, there you go. Right.
Well. The thing is I'm in counseling and everything, and I just want it to go away. And I told my counselor, and she just doesn't know, And I also, my stepsister,
she doesn't know what, the counselor?
She doesn't know why or how to stop it. She just.
Well, I'm not sure it can be stopped right now. You can stop masturbating so much.
How come you want to put yourself through this if you know what's going to happen to you?
Well, usually I don't want it to happen. I mean, I usually hope it doesn't, and sometimes I'm like, oh, it won't happen, and then I go and I do it, and it just, happens, and I mean, it doesn't feel like it.
How long have you been in counseling for?
2 days.
Yeah. 2 years?
Probably almost a year.
Yeah.
I was put in 2 mental institutions about a year ago, and I'm bipolar and obsessive-compulsive.
Yeah. What medications are you on?
I'm on Luvox, Tegretol, I was on Seroquel, and I'm on Wellbutrin.
I wonder if it's something to do with the medications, possibly.
Well, I think I did this before I was put on the medication. I can't really remember, but I think I did.
All right. Okay, well, I think the only solution at this point is to masturbate less. It may be a good thing, possibly. Perhaps you're sort of trying to work through some feelings that were bottled up before, and now they're sort of out there. And you, of course, you're 15, and masturbation, you were sexually abused, so you're likely to be sort of sexually compulsive. And, maybe this is part of the working through process for you. At least you're not doing it with people.
Are you sexually active, Danielle?
No, I do things sexually, but I'm still a virgin. But, if I do stuff with guys, sometimes I will start crying.
Yeah, I think, again, just the fact you're alone with this is a better thing than what most women do who have this sort of history, which is they go out and find guys to victimize them and do the sexual acts to them and then cry. And then you really are reenacting the traumas.
I think that's pretty healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it may be the fact that you're actually getting better, perhaps. I don't know for sure. We don't know you, but it's not as bad as it could be, that's for sure. And it's something that's probably going to get better with time.
And if you
heard treatment.
Go ahead.
What do you think about all these drugs, Dr. Drew? There weren't all these drugs when I was...
When you needed antidepressants?
Right.
This is not... She's not on a lot. If she's bipolar, she's bipolar.
Yeah.
And that is
Isn't it kind of quick and easy these days, though, to throw kids on?
It looks like, like with any medication, it's overdone in certain areas and underdone in others. And kids have been sexually abused and have had to be hospitalized. I assume you were suicidal, Danielle, when you were hospitalized?
Yeah, I was.
I mean, she's cutting. She tried to kill herself. She has a 1 in 5 chance of dying of this. So if you take any other disease with a 15-year-old and say, hey, a 20% chance of death, you're going to take some medication. You're going to do whatever you can to save their lives. So.
Let me pull a Corolla, which he would say. We'll speak to Kyle in a second again, who likes Ace Cola. But all you screwballs out there that mess with the little girls and boys when they're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you're getting your jollies, and you move on in your little life, and you move back to wherever the hell you're moving around from. These kids are so screwed now. The wiring becomes crazed, and it's just
Don't we have a gift that keeps on giving drop, or I don't know,
Kyle?
The world is your oyster.
No,
I mean, because that's all the world is.
No, it's more like, I wish those guys would. I'm going to shoot all those guys.
Well, hopefully they ended up in prison with the big
all right,
guy
we gotta
named
take a break. Hey, Kyle.
Butch.
Yeah.
From
Kyle,
behind.
you ready to be nice in a second?
I will be nice.
You're a nice gay man. Hold on one sec, okay?
The friend's gay.
Oh, your friend's gay?
Yes.
You're gay. Right, you're gay, as Dr. Drew just said. We'll be back with more Loveline right after this.
Hello? Is this LoveLine? Call 1-800-LOVE-191. Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back.
All right, it's Loveline. We are back. I'm Stryker, in for Adam Carolla, who's doing some man show of things, I guess. Is that what he's doing? Shaving his back? Or doing...
he's working on a movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for Ace Rock.
He's writing it. He wrote it, and they're meeting to have the final.
Is this the thing with Robert?
No, he and Jimmy wrote it.
No.
With Ivan Reitman.
Yeah, Ivan Reitman.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I did some man show stuff today. They had.
Did you?
Yes, they had Assaholics Anonymous. that I explained how these assholes correct their behaviors.
Right.
And I thought
I just did a movie about addiction, but it's kind of a very volatile movie. It's not like everyone's sitting around a room talking. It's like people really kind of dealing, called Never Get Out of the Boat.
Nice.
When's that coming out?
I don't know. It's still filming. John Cusack's producing it.
Really?
Nice.
Uh-huh.
How was it working with John?
I didn't get to work with John.
But did you speak to him at all?
No.
No.
I haven't met him.
She hasn't consummated that relationship yet.
No. But I did have my first sex scene.
What?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Mommy.
It was pretty fun.
By the way, your nose is resting on you. Are you tired? You're leaning on the blanket.
No, I'm just not visceral.
No, let's talk about that for a second.
Who was the guy in your scene?
You remember Northern Exposure?
Yeah.
The Indian kid?
No.
Darren.
No.
Really?
But
so you're not a girl.
So he's hot, you're saying?
No S.
He's hot.
But let's keep
married
going
with 4 kids and stuff.
And you have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And you're married.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that sex scene that you enjoy translate when you get home?
Well, I really didn't want to get into it.
But you are broadcasting about it on the national radio program.
Yeah.
So you might catch wind of it.
No, it was interesting. I was interested, to know, to see how that went. It's very, we took it in sections and stuff.
Because you have to, if you're really into the scene,
right,
you have to be responding like a human.
Yeah. Well, it was a cool thing I learned about sex because, they'd go action for the part where we're right about to do the, it was
what position were you
pump and everything. I was on top.
Okay. Oh.
But I did, actually, this guy's an ex-heroin addict, and there was no part in the sex scene where a condom was involved. So I worked it into the scene. I had to do it in a sexy way.
Yeah.
Just kind of leapt across the bed and threw things all over the place looking for the one, because she was a very repressed woman.
Obviously.
The one, that she had from 2 years ago. But just acting that, you were in the throes on action kind of got you in the mood.
Hang on, what did you learn about sex? I'm not quite clear.
That sometimes, if you're not into it or whatever at the moment, you just, pretend that you're in the middle of a sex scene and they just said action.
And you were in.
And then, 2 seconds later, you're feeling.
This is not going to be necessarily reassuring for your husband.
Right.
Oh, they'll be fine. The best guy in movies that has sex, and I'm straight, Michael Douglas sex. Every movie, he's throwing dishes, he's turning on water, he's ripping off women's panties, he's screaming, he's saying bad words. Michael Douglas sex is the best in movies. The best, Jerry, the best.
You're sick.
All right, thank you.
You're gay.
Kyle,
You're gay.
Take it easy over there. Kyle, you're 16, and now you're on Loveline. What's up, dude?
What's up? Okay. Well, what happened was my friend, I just discovered that he was gay.
How'd you discover this?
Well, he has this digital camera that he brought over to our house, and he left it, he was just chilling, we were smoking some weed, and then we left it on the table, and he laughed all high, and he left it here. And we came across this, and it had this little disc inside of it, and we checked it out on the camera, and then we discovered there was pictures on there of him in various, sexual positions, I guess you could say.
By himself?
Yeah.
By himself.
But no, actually, it was like somebody was, taking the pictures, but yeah, because I don't think some of the positions he was in, I don't think he could have.
What kind of positions was he in? Give us the good stuff.
In one,
Obviously, gay positions.
Well, no, what is a gay position?
Yeah, when he's by himself.
How does
He's tuning his own horn like Ron Jeremy.
How does taking pictures of himself make him gay?
Well, no.
Was his nose bleeding?
The fact is, he had he was bent over and he had his head between his legs and he had a dildo stuck in his butt.
That's pretty close to it, then.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That makes him weird. I mean, it's
But-
peculiar, but doesn't make him gay.
Well, I mean, how else am I supposed to come across this? I mean,
A gay means another male is with him.
Well,
period.
Okay.
Your manager's totally cracking up right now for some reason. He thinks it's the greatest thing he ever heard of.
Well,
You've never had a girl strap it on and give it to you from behind?
Me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Kyle, you.
He's only 16.
Michael Douglas, sex, Kyle?
What?
Kyle, listen. How old is this guy?
He's 17.
Yeah, I mean, he's into some weird stuff. Let's not be let's make no mistake about it. But
And he was like taking pictures of his penis and
yeah, maybe he's
had
doing.
both hands in his ass. It was gross.
Yeah, he's into some wild stuff, but that does not make him gay.
Well, I mean, how's a guy supposed to?
You can say he's a freak, but you can't say he's gay.
Kyle, this guy is Jenny Jones, bound, strange, ridiculous, but doesn't mean he's gay. I agree with
You
Drew.
were saying he was a product of Jerry Springer.
Right. And that's exactly what he is until you see him with the man on that camera. I would just assume he's straight, but just totally sexually crazed in a good way.
Well, I
He's
mean,
bisexual.
This guy is my best friend, and I've known him for 2 years, and I wouldn't have ever guessed, and I just figured this out. I mean, how am I supposed to come up to him and say, what's up like usual? But now that I know this, what am I supposed to do?
Just hand on the camera and go, dude, you're a freak.
Yeah, I would praise him.
It depends how much you like this person.
Well,
there's obviously aspects to him that you didn't know.
Yeah.
As there are to everyone.
Aspects.
And you can either tolerate this and really, if you care about the guy, sort of say something like Shawnee says, just try to make light of it and say, hey, this is freakish stuff. You're freaking me out a little bit, but...
I think Kyle likes him.
No.
He does.
Oh, no.
He totally does. He likes him.
And if you can't tolerate it, then maybe this relationship is... maybe you found out too much about him. Maybe it's something you can't tolerate.
Well, I think that he's only 16, Kyle is, and the other kid is mentally way ahead of him.
Cut back on the like Corolla. Deal with the pot issue here. That's the bigger issue for you, Kyle.
All right, Eric.
Yeah.
What's up? You're 16 on LoveLine.
Well, I had sex with a girl last week, and like yesterday I was checking myself, and I felt a couple of lumps in my ball sack.
All right, first of all, you did not have sex last week.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
What was his name?
No, not him.
No, I ain't gay. It was the girl. Her name was Lauren.
That's a damn lie, and you know it!
And what the hell would having sex have to do with lumps in your testicles?
I don't know.
Is it on the skin or on your nuts?
In the sack.
Yeah, well...
Yeah.
They were there before you had sex, I guarantee it.
Well,
You just weren't feeling around down there.
Yeah, I guess I probably didn't feel right or something.
All right, well, certain lumps are normal. Are they smooth?
No, they're more hard. I guess they're smooth. I don't go around like bashing them.
Eric, you called us that you felt some stuff in your nuts. Now, listen, you do go around smushing them because that's how you found these things. Are they like pebbles or rocks?
Yeah,
or
they're like small rocks.
Or are they like firm, like a super
Small
ball,
rocks.
like a
You
Super
said
Bowl?
Small rocks.
No.
Like small rocks.
No. How many rocks? What are you talking about here?
Huh?
It's like a gravel road.
How many rocks are you talking about?
Like 3, 4.
In each testy?
Yeah.
No, Greg, please.
What?
You tire.
Drew, hold on. Let me talk for a second.
He's not describing something that occurs in nature. But if you have any question, all you got to have somebody feel them who knows what they're looking for.
Eric.
Yes.
Is your mind just playing tricks on you because your condom broke?
Well, maybe. I don't know what's going on, though, but I mean, I'm feeling them. They're there.
All right, we'll get somebody to look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, rock in the testy is cancer. And let's also take care of this young lady who you had sex with and be sure she doesn't get pregnant. Emergency contraception within 72 hours.
I didn't, condom. I, switched condoms before that happened.
Oh, good for you.
You put another condom on.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Well, this has nothing to do with having had sex.
Very responsible of you.
Yes,
Definitely.
We commend you.
And Eric,
we'll stop abusing.
Drew can't see your nuts from here, even though you're fairly close to us. Go see a doctor if it's very much worrying you, and then you'll be fine. All right, Samantha, you're 15 on LoveLine with Shawnee Smith from the TV show Becker.
Hello?
Yes, Samantha, that's you. Go ahead.
I'm 16, but that's okay.
All right.
Doctor, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I've been having sex for 6 months now.
Oh, my God. What does your mother say?
Well, I have to have a physical this summer, like before school starts.
Uh-huh.
And I'm all worried that, like, she's going to find out, or, like, is there any way I can, like, hide it from, like, a doctor or, like, not have anyone find out?
Well, if they don't do a pelvic exam, they definitely won't know then.
I know, but what if they have to do one? There's no way I can do anything.
Well, how is that going to be determined whether you have to have one or not?
Well, don't they, like, make you, or do you can say no?
You're going to want to have one if you're sexually active.
Yeah, this is what I want to get into, but because I want her to understand that she's going to actually have to ask for this probably, because most 15-year-olds probably wouldn't normally get a pelvic exam at a routine physical. However, you need one.
Okay.
You're sexually active, you got to get one. And that means it's important for your health care, for you. If you're old enough and responsible to be having sex, you've got to be also able to handle the responsibility of your own health and well-being that goes along with this, which means talking to your doctor about it, getting the pap smears. Young women are the ones that get cervical cancer. Your risk of cervical cancer goes up the earlier you start, the more partners you have. So it's important.
How
and your mom doesn't, and you have a right to confidential health care. If you tell your doctor something in confidence, he can't tell your parents.
Okay.
Just ride the bus to the doctor. Hey, how old is the guy you're having sex with?
Oh, he's 16, just like me.
Okay, there you go.
And he's my only partner, and we've been going out for a long time.
All right. I think.
Make sure he wears a condom.
Yeah, he does.
And fasten your seatbelt. All right. And make sure you feel his testes for rocks. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. I'm Stryker for Ace Rocolo with Dr. Drew and Shawnee Smith from the TV show Becker. Hey, how's old Ted Danson doing?
Ted Danson is a cool dude.
Rich.
Yeah, very rich.
Is he still married to Mary Steenburgen?
Mary
Kathy,
Steenburgen.
Yeah, I like
she's
her.
pretty hot.
Is she ever?
Mhm.
I saw her on Parenthood the other night on cable.
Yeah.
Took care
Which
of my
one was
business. She, I don't know. Which one was she?
She was the parent.
She was Steve Martin's?
Steve Martin's lady.
His wife.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Harold and...
Maude?
No.
No? Matt, you're on LoveLine. You're 18. What's up?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to about my prom. That was Saturday.
Go.
Okay. I took my best friend, and she doesn't live near me at all. She lives probably about 100 miles away.
To prom, you took her?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and I've wanted to take her for about a year now since I met her.
Wait, no, hold on. She's your good friend?
Best friend?
Yes, she's my good friend.
Yeah, how did this friendship
I tell her things that nobody else knows.
How did this friendship develop?
I met her at a diving meet.
A diving meet?
Yes.
And you were into her?
He's the towel.
Hang on.
You're not the towel boy, are you?
No, I was diving too.
Okay, so you were into her. You wanted to have a relationship with her?
At the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, and then she would have none of that.
Yeah.
Right. So
well,
then
it's not like...
Hey, Matt, that's the way this works. It always starts out with somebody is into it, and then somebody accepts the unfortunate reality and accepts friendship.
Okay.
Especially when it's a guy accepting, that's really extra painful.
So what happened on prom? You took her to the prom. Did you make a move?
Been dying to take her to the prom. Finally gets her there. Now you're having this idealized experience. You're really just rubbing salt in your wounds, Matt. She doesn't want a relationship.
Oh, I know that, but...
What happened? What's the problem?
Matt?
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm here.
Let's go ahead.
So what happened?
Okay, well, like, we were dancing and everything, but she took her friend, too. That's a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she was dancing pretty weird. She's what they call freaking.
Right.
And she was freaking, like, really bad.
With her girlfriend?
This is serious. Is she on medication?
No.
With her girlfriend?
Yeah.
So hold on, you brought her to the prom, and then your friend that's a girl brought...
like friends. They're not like lesbians or anything.
Yeah, but you had a date and she brought a date? I mean, she brought a friend?
No, she brought her friend. My friend went with her.
But don't you think that's
okay? His friend went with her friend.
Yeah.
Got it. So they double dated.
Yeah, and like they were dancing like I wasn't even there.
So of course, because they didn't want to dance with you.
Yeah. Well, no, it's...
They wanted to freak and turn on the guy that they've liked for a year.
Yeah.
No.
And like I really didn't like her. Well, I did, but I never realized it.
Let me just say
Wait
something,
a
Matt.
minute.
There are some hot swimmers out there, very nice swimmers, great bodies.
Yeah.
And this is just a stab in the dark, and all you female swimmers, don't throw tomatoes at me. I think she could be a lesbian. I'm serious.
No, she has a boyfriend. Oh, and that's another thing.
Oh, Jesus, Matt, what?
Okay, she's going out with this one guy. And that's never, ever bothered me before. But, like, she said that she's going out with this Hispanic guy. And I was totally joking around. And I said, well, what gang is he in? She's all, oh, some gang called SK. And I was all, what? I was like, why are you going out with somebody like that? You could get somebody so much better than that.
Matt,
You're
hold on
so
one second,
nice.
okay? Hold on.
Another nice guy.
Man, I don't know if I can take any more of that, Dr. Drew.
I would have taken that she's a lesbian and run. Of course, it's the only reason she wouldn't be attracted
Well,
to me.
I haven't heard his question yet.
Just to be fair to Matt, in 10 seconds, ask a question. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was wondering if I should tell her how badly she hurt me.
By doing
I
what?
took it really bad.
What? What'd you take bad?
How she was totally ignoring me the whole night.
At the prom?
Yes.
Well, I suppose you should. You should include in that your true feelings about what you really want from her.
Okay.
Which I guess you've never really shared with her. And, you've liked her from the beginning. Yeah,
I don't know. She doesn't even live in the same town. He's going to go off to college.
Listen, she's not going to have any of this. But listen, they need to square this. They really do. The friendship is a sham.
Mm-hmm.
It's him waiting in the brush for his opportunity to pounce.
Right.
And when he does pounce, it's going to be on some rebound when she's going to break his heart again, make it even worse, and go after some gangbanger.
Yeah.
As opposed to nice Matt.
He's not really a gangbanger, though. You should date a shot putter. They're always good-looking women. You seen the shot putters over at UCLA Drake Field, Drew?
No, not lately.
They are hot. Lisa.
Yes.
You're 30 on LoveLine.
Yes.
Are you a shot putter?
No.
Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
No. Even though I was sexually abused as a child by my stepdad for about 7 years, I never thought that it had an effect on me.
Well, it always does.
And well, yeah. The past couple of years, I've thinking that it does. Because I've always been kind of shy, and I haven't really been forward as far as sexual advances goes. Mm-hmm. And I've always stayed away from the doggy-style position and going down on a guy.
Okay.
And I know those are two things that my stepdad always did to me and made me perform on him.
Wonderful.
And
perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Yeah, but the past couple years, the boyfriend...
What a wonderful man your stepfather must have been. I just wish him the best. He should rot in hell.
Put this down. Shoot this guy.
But listen, so you feel guilty for not being able to engage in those two acts with your current partner?
Yeah, and I feel like when I do it for him, and then afterwards I feel like I was used.
Don't do it, Lisa. You shouldn't do it. Listen.
And I don't know how to tell him that that's how I feel.
How old are you?
30.
I'm 30.
Does he know you were sexually abused?
No, we've been going out 2 months, and I don't really know how to bring it up.
You've got to find a way. I think it's unrealistic to think that you could comfortably engage in those acts that were so awful.
Mm-hmm. Will I ever be able to? Because I'm trying really hard.
You're doing a great job, and I understand that you're trying to please your partner and all, but certainly not until you've been in a comfortable relationship, very safe, loving relationship for a long time, and then you might try it gently with someone who understands what it means to you. But as it is, why put yourself through that? Why?
Yeah, you're going to have to really get close to this person.
The fact that you're able to have a relationship with men at all is extraordinary. That you have stable relationships is extraordinary. Count your blessings. Don't keep pushing it.
All right, Lisa?
Do you think I should tell him?
Not at 2 months.
It's too early.
It's too early. Yes, it's too early.
You don't want to trust somebody with that information.
Everybody has preferences, and you just have to tell them I don't enjoy this. That's all. What's
not into it?
Yeah, I'm not into this. I'm not into this, and that's fine. If he can't accept that, you know you may not have the right guy here.
Right.
How old did she sound, Shawnee, age-wise?
Like 14.
Exactly. Because, Drew, why?
She was sexually abused.
Most girls sexually abused from me listening and being on here sound, if they're 25, sound 13.
They see, we can actually hear the age at which the trauma was initiated.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually tell just by their voice. You listen to enough voices, we can pick that up.
It's scary. All right, 1-800-LOVE-191. And by the way, to the guy that had the rocks in his nuts, listen to Tom Green, man. What are you pointing at, Dr. Drew?
I want to take a call, too. What if this is accurate?
What's that?
You have a 7-year-old on.
I can't even grab the call.
Hold on, let's see. I want it on hold immediately.
Put number 2 on hold.
Oh, 17. Forget it. Let's go on.
Number 7. A 7-year-old is calling. Hi, I'm 7, and I have a penis. All right, Sarah, you're 21. What's up?
Yeah. probably about a year ago, I moved to Seattle. I had been adopted when I was about 3, and I just met my biological father, and I decided to move up here. Well, when I moved up here, I had quit smoking pot and whatnot, and after that, I started having nightmares and just different things about my past. I've had, a pretty messed up past, and...
Like what?
Like having been molested for about 3 or 4 years.
From when to when?
About 4 to 7,
All right.
4 to 8.
You said you moved to Seattle, then started smoking pot?
No, I'd been smoking pot for something like 3 years, and I moved to Seattle.
When you stopped smoking pot, you started having these...
When I started having these nightmares, and I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah. It'll screw with your sleep for about 6 months.
Well,
big time.
It's been a year, though.
Oh, that's not pot.
And so that's not very good. But and I'm wondering too if it's just maybe the stress of having met my biological father.
Well,
what?
It's really hard to say what's what here. You've had some major traumas. You've mentioned that you've moved. You've met your biological father. You've gone on and off drugs. That's a hell of a lot going on here. I'm thinking I'm working up to a nightmare right now just hearing your story.
What are you dreaming about, Sarah?
There's a lot more.
I have no doubt. And so why don't you sort of get some help with all this?
The thing is that I'm kind of afraid to. Basically, what set it all off was when I was about 15. I was going to this church. I'd been baptized and, everything. I was, a straight-A student, played sports and everything. And when this thing happened at my church, I was almost 16 at the time. And
what thing?
Like I had a sexual encounter with my youth pastor.
Nice.
And after that, just everything kind of went down the drain for me.
Well, it just reopened all those
Jesus loves me. This
nightmares.
But this is how that works, right? You find those people find you, you find them, and pow, you're back right where you were when you were 4. Get some help, Sarah. That's the bottom line. These dreams are the least of our concerns about you. The dreams are just a symptom of all the turmoil, chaos, and trauma you've been through. Get some help with this. You can do better.
Man, I've been hosting this show quite a few times with you now for the past couple of years. This is the most molestation calls we've ever had.
Really? It just seems routine to me.
Oh, my God. All right, we need to take a quick break. We'll speak to Annie in a minute, and we don't know if she's been molested, but she masturbates a lot. And I hear the word masturbation, and I know Shawnee gets happy. So we'll speak to her right after this on LoveLine.
Back in a minute.
Yep, we're back. It's LoveLine. I am Stryker, Ted, middle name Ramon, in for Ace Racola, my main man Mayonnaise, who's doing something with the movie right now. Dr. Drew is...
Mayonnaise.
That's right, Snoop Dogg. Calvin brought us. Dr. Drew is outside of the room right now. Shawnee Smith is hanging out from the TV show Becker, which is on when? Monday nights?
Monday nights at 9:30.
Which character do you play?
I'm the loopy nurse's assistant named Linda.
Really? Was it a hard process getting that role, or just the normal, you audition, they bring you back again, and you're in? Was it one of those?
Yeah, a couple of sexual favors.
Mm-hmm.
Had to film it. No. Yeah. No, I had to audition like 5 times.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. And is your role good? You like playing that sort of thing?
I love my role. We have summer hiatuses from March to August, and I miss her. I miss Linda.
Right.
She's like a chick I would like to be friends with.
Friends?
Yeah. You say that like you'd like to imagine more.
I don't know. I'm a guy, and I'm sitting in the LoveLine thing. So you're also in a band, $5 Ho. Do you like music or the acting better?
They're very different, although they complement each other. Music is a bit more... the only reason I play music is because I get lost in it, and it's probably the most deeply personal experience, which is why I like to go listen to it. And then when you're playing and you're getting off and your audience is getting off, it's pretty much nirvana. But, acting's a bit more precarious, but you do get to pretend you're someone else, which is fun sometimes.
Right. Okay, please don't use the word precarious around me. Who are some of your favorite bands now or all time?
Well, PJ Harvey,
nice.
please.
Okay.
Please.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll step back.
Bjork, Shirley Horn, Helmet. So sad they're not together. The Verve. Radiohead.
Nice. All right. Nirvana?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Very good. They're my favorite all-time band.
Such a loss.
Nirvana is.
Such a loss. But we still have Courtney.
Yes, we do. Anyway. Dave Grohl and her really get along. Annie.
Hey.
What's up? You're 16 on LoveLine.
Yeah, this might be pretty astonishing to you right now, but I've never been sexually molested. Yeah! That's a new one for tonight, huh?
It is. Yeah. Man, we had so many of those in a row. And
I just seem to rack them up tonight.
Seriously. And if you're just in here filling in and that's what you get, like 5 in a row, it's really weird sitting here and hearing that over and over again.
Yeah, and isn't it great timing since the doctor's out of the room?
Yeah, true. You're not allowed to speak right now. All right, Annie, what's going on with you?
Okay. Well, my question is, actually it is kind of for Dr. Drew because he's the addiction medicine specialist.
Yes, he is.
Oh, God, isn't he?
My question is, I've been masturbating, not even kidding, since I was like 7, 8. And I just,
just after you were sexually abused, or just
God, you come in here, you start yapping, will you shut up, Drew? God,
what's that, Annie?
He missed that.
What I missed? What?
I've never been sexually abused ever.
When did your dad rape you?
Is there bipolar illness in your family?
Nope. Seriously, I am like perfect. Listen to this. I go to a really good school. I've never had any problems at all. The only medication I'm on is for acne, tetracycline. That's it. And I've only been on that a year. I have really high self-esteem. I have a lot of friends, and
And
what's the problem?
It's just not messed up. It's not.
Why are you calling?
What?
Why are you calling?
5 orgasms a day at 16?
Well,
Drew?
5 orgasms or 5 separate masturbatory episodes?
Kind of both.
I don't understand how it can be kind of both.
Because I'll masturbate about 6 or 7 times a day, and I'll get about 6 or 7 orgasms every time I do it.
And you've been doing it since you were 5?
No, 7.
7. And there was no...
Every day.
Nothing...
No lull anywhere in there?
Well, I won't do it, like, consistently in a row, but I'll spread it out. But I'll do it...
But daily?
Yeah.
Does it interfere with schooling or sports or anything like that you do? No. Well, is that
I'm
a problem
really
then,
too.
Drew?
I do a lot of sports. I do soccer and water polo and...
Well, it all sounds good, but
that sounds really good.
She's going to make somebody very happy. But be that as it may, I don't quite buy it. There was nothing super arousing happened in your childhood? No physical abuse or a big accident?
No one's ever, like, abused me in any way at all.
In
really,
any way?
I can't remember in any way. I mean, no.
You mean what?
Well, like... No, like nothing I can think of that would be out of the absolute ordinary or nothing.
Well, give me an example of ordinary.
Well, ordinary would be like, like scolding when you're little. I mean, no one ever hit me. No one
picked up a stick and smacked you.
Never.
And
is it normal to give yourself orgasms at 7?
It can happen. It's not,
I was doing it.
I don't like. It's not like I stick my fingers up
no,
or
I
anything.
understand.
It's like it's just rubbing.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
just the good part.
Yeah.
Have you had sex before?
Only once, and it was only like in January, February.
Must have been so disappointing.
Yeah, and I never did it after that.
That was enough.
No, because you have built yourself up for 9 years, and no one is ever going to match you. So, seriously, Annie, if you don't slow down a little bit, most men you're going to be with, or maybe all, at least until you're in your 30s or something, are not going to satisfy you like you can satisfy yourself.
That's what I'm kind of afraid of.
Oh, no.
Something's
wrong. Is there any way I can change it so that, that part feels better than what I'm doing?
Something's not sitting right with Dr. Drew.
No, I'm coming around with it. What do you mean, make what part better? I understand.
Because, there's different, because there's different parts, right? Because you can either just, rub right there, or you can, go up and, it's...
Right. And what's your question?
Is that going to change? Can I change it where I get pleasure from?
You'll sort of figure it out more as you go along.
Go about a quarter of an inch in and up, and you'll feel a little rough spot.
Yeah, and the important thing is for your
very
partner.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
That's why they bring me in, baby.
Your partner's got to figure all this out. And see, there's no behavior attached to this that is destructive or...
Well, no, the only thing I've kind of left this out. The only thing is, sometimes when I do it, it's never all the time, but sometimes when I do it, I'm feeling gross, whatever I'm feeling, kind of I don't know, I've never been anorexic or anything like that, but I feel fat, We'll do that. And I don't know what that's attached to, but that's the only thing that's ever been weird about it.
Are you overweight?
No, not at all.
She swims and plays soccer.
When you're fat,
I'm 5'2", and I weigh 108, 110.
you'll feel fat? What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, like I'll look in the mirror and I'll feel fat, and then just like I feel bloated or something like that, and I'll masturbate and make me feel better.
It's just a way of avoiding that unpleasant feeling.
Yeah.
I'm
fat.
Or you get she just gets her sexual energy going.
Yeah, people sexualize feelings, and then they use sex as a way of managing feelings.
Yeah, it's kind of like making me feel better about myself or something like that. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, you have my blessing.
You sound all right to me.
Yeah. No, we have no complaints.
And if you're down in L.A. when you're 18, give me a call. Okay,
Enjoy.
Okay.
Enjoy.
My name is Stryker, by the way. It's with a Y. Okay, let's go to Sarah. You're 20 on LoveLine. What's up?
Hi, my name's Sarah.
Sarah.
I've been sexual active since I was 18.
Yeah.
And I've done oral sex off and on with my partners. And yesterday I gave oral sex to one of my partners with one of the guys I'm fooling around, and he wanted me to swallow, which I let them come in my mouth, but I wouldn't swallow.
Yeah.
And then yesterday was my first time doing that, and I started throwing up. As soon as I swallowed, I was throwing up. Until today, I've been throwing up.
How long ago this happened?
Just last night.
And you've been vomiting overnight?
When I threw up when I swallowed it.
You did swallow. Did it gross you out? Is that what happened, or?
It was just nasty because I never pictured myself doing that. I don't mind doing, having them come in my mouth and I'll spit it out, but.
All right, so.
You just.
Don't swallow again.
Yeah, don't do that.
Is it bad? Because I heard, some of my friends, I heard that they'd done it and they just had to get their stomach pumped. And
what?
They told me all these crazy stuff.
Yes, crazy.
They were performing oral sex on a gasoline tank. So that's what happened.
Drano.
Yeah, because he told me that he wanted to know how it feels because we haven't had sex because I'm too terrified to have sex with it because he's just
Sarah, some girls, from my experience, I'm not a lot, but some girls like to swallow it, and some absolutely do not and will not. And the ones that like it, man, do they crave that like I crave ice cream.
What?
But the ones that don't like, what? I've met people.
Is there actually women that
ask the girl right here?
That actually crave that disgusting
Shawnee, please, here's
experience?
the mic.
I would hate to break that myth.
Yeah, exactly. It's they want to make you believe that's what they want, but
they had me believing since the late 80s.
Women are usually a few steps ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys just put me in place.
I mean, think about it. How can they possibly?
Not that you guys aren't easy to read.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He told me I was his first giving him oral, and I felt like honored, sort of. I know it's not really that cool. But
your trophy's in the mail.
And he told me that he wanted some part of him to be inside me, but I was like, that's gross. And then I just did it, and then I felt sick, and I don't want to do it again.
Well, don't do it again. That's
don't. How do I tell him?
Just tell him you'll get it in the mouth and you'll spit in a cup. You'll freeze it and he can have it as a
he'll be fine.
The next
he'll
day.
be fine.
I said Eskimo. My friend taught me that.
What is that?
The guy comes in your mouth and then you pretend to swallow and then kiss him and pass it into his mouth.
That is actually called a snowball.
Oh, there you go. Snowball.
Yeah, snowball, not an Eskimo. It's a snowball.
Who are you hanging out with? My God.
True.
I say just blurt it out the next time you got it in your mouth.
The whole idea for the guy is just don't break his stride. He doesn't care what you do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right.
Of course. So that is a snowball when it's in the mouth and you get. Do you know what a strawberry shortcake is?
No.
Do you want to know?
No.
I don't even know that.
All right, I'm not going to tell anyone then.
Strawberry shortcake.
If someone wants to know, you can call LoveLine and I'll tell you because it's good. All right, I think we got to take a break. We're taking another call real quick. Let's take a quick call here. Chris.
Yeah.
You're from 19 years old in Oregon. What's up, dude?
Yeah, I went to my dad's wedding a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And a couple nights before his wedding day, he was out with a couple of his friends, and I was just staying at home. Well, his fiancée was there. And we had a few drinks, and...
Shame on
come
you.
on. Yeah, you had a few drinks, right?
And we exchanged oral sex.
Exchanged it. Where were you when this happened?
At my house.
Where?
This is in California.
Where in the house?
In the living room, actually.
The living room.
Now, what do you mean you had
dangerous.
drinks together? You're 19, I'm sure you've had drinks before, but she just said, hey, you want to have drinks, Chris?
No, it was like I was sitting there watching TV, having a beer, and then she was having a beer, and then we broke out with the liquor. And
You have a TV in your living room?
Yeah.
And they broke out the liquor again. This is an adult with a 19-year-old?
Well, the 19-year-old's already drinking a beer on the couch like it's normal.
Yeah, it's really no big deal with my parents.
Was she any good at it?
Yeah, she was.
I mean, let's get to what's really important.
I want to know, how do I confront my father?
Do not confront your
That's
father.
why we know
with
you're
this.
BSing. Why would you even? Why would anybody who went through this kind of experience would be trying to figure out how to make sure his father did not find out?
Never, ever found out.
But I feel like totally guilty because he just
Live with
talks
it,
about
man.
her like she's God.
Live with it, Chris. Live with it.
Well,
Never tell him.
Find a way to get him to see who she really is, if that's the case.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sure he's getting something out of it.
Okay.
I mean, it's he's a grown-up. It's his choice. Stay away from this woman. Never be alone with her again. And keep other people away. Keep friends away, and try to find a way to sort of blow her cover.
Actually, Chris, is that the first time that you've done anything with her? Or has she hinted at it in previous times?
That's the first time anything like that has happened with her.
All right. Well, just as Drew said, don't stay in the same room with her because who knows what'll happen, and don't tell your father.
I believe she's not
Got
going
it?
to.
All right.
Cool, man.
Thanks.
Have fun. All right, let's take one. No, let's take a break. All right, in just a sec, we'll speak to Lynn. Let's see, husband in 3 years. Ooh, her husband only lasts 2 minutes. 60 seconds longer than me. And I've never been with her. All right, I'm Stryker, in for Ace Roccola with Dr. Drew, and Shawnee Smith is here from the TV show Backer. More LoveLine after this.
Oh yeah, everybody now. LoveLine, I'll be right back.
She paints her nails. All right, what's going on? It's LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. I'm Stryker, in for Adam Carolla, who's gone for the next couple of days. I think The Living End is coming in here on Wednesday. Great punk band from Australia. And Dr. Drew here, and Shawnee Smith from Becker.
I get kind of scared when punk bands come in here.
Now, these guys are cool. They're from Australia. They'll drink you under the table. And
Pennywise was cool, too, but
they're mellow.
I still get freaked out. Yeah.
Pennywise is the best new song, by the way, F Authority. Guys from Pennywise, if you're listening down there, what's going on? Shawnee Smith from Becker's here, also in the band $5 Ho.
Yes, we'll be playing at the gig on Melrose on the 31st of this month.
Nice.
FYI, Mike Galaxy presents.
What time are you going on?
9:30.
Oh, you're going on at 9:30?
Yes. For all the old people who need to get to bed early.
Right. So go see her playing in her band. All right, this is very important here. Christy,
Yes.
you're 26 on LoveLine.
Yeah, I was wanting to know the answer to the strawberry shortcake.
A strawberry shortcake is the following. Well, we found out what the snowball was. The strawberry shortcake. Drew has his head on the microphone.
Sorry, Drew.
I think I'm just going to start reciting the alphabet. A, B, C, D,
Pipe down,
F, G.
Can you turn off? No, I'm just kidding. All right, a strawberry shortcake is when the man ejaculates. Oh, God, this is so bad. Mom and Dad, I'm so sorry. They're in West
Don't
LA.
worry, they're so proud already.
They're sleeping with their brand new pug that they just rescued. Okay, it's when the man ejaculates on the woman's face and punches her in the nose.
Oh.
Nice. Oh, my God. And
You had to ask, Christy.
yeah, and a female would go for that Y.
No, guys never do that to the girls, just an expression. I got one more for
I
you.
thought for sure it had something to do with menstrual flow.
Do you know what a dirty Sanchez
I
is?
didn't even go there. I was thinking nipples.
It's when a man, or you can do it vice versa, you put the finger up the butt and then wipe the mustache.
Unacceptable. Stryker, you are one disgusting F.
I'm sorry.
Disgusting.
Okay, see, and I was thinking the strawberry shortcake thing was kind of along
You should
the
see the gleam in his eye right now as he's describing
I'm so
this.
happy. Christy, have fun in Phoenix, okay?
Thanks.
And say hi to Jason Kidd out there.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, man. Beautiful. All right, now let's go to Lynn. Lynn, 24 on LoveLine. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, well, me and my husband have been married for like 3 years, and he can't seem to last for anything. And I don't like him to go down on me because I'm just not comfortable with that. And
What the hell's the matter with you?
Oh, well...
Not comfortable with him going down on you?
Shawnee, easy now. You've offended Shawnee's sensibilities. Be careful, Lynn. This is getting
No,
rough.
I just don't want you to deprive yourself. That's one of the joys of being a woman.
Well, okay, well, not to sound like I'm going with the trend, but I was molested when I was younger. So, and I'm just really not comfortable with anyone going down there. And plus the whole, kissing afterwards, that's kind of disgusting.
Well, you're married to him.
Well, yeah, but if I was meant to taste myself, I think God would have made me so I could bend down and taste myself.
Hey, if I could do that, I'd never leave home, let me tell you.
But I was just wondering, because we've tried everything from, like, the sprays to numb it and the...
Numb what?
His penis. So it doesn't ejaculate so fast.
No, please.
Cock ring, condoms, everything. We even tried the, masturbating before, and nothing worked. And
Are you okay with him touching you down there?
Oh, yeah.
How about him using Viagra to sustain an erection? Something like that.
Viagra?
Yeah.
Wasn't that for old guys?
Well, it's better for that, but it seems like you guys have tried so much that there's sort of two medication interventions, and we earlier talked about this, and we've all gone on record saying, gee, we hate to have you take medications for something like this, and would prefer that he finds some way to sort of master his own sexual physiology, like masturbate more, do whatever, have sex a second time after he's already ejaculated, something that allows him to control his physiology a little bit. But if he really truly can, people use the serotonin reuptake inhibiting drugs like Prozac sometimes, and or they might prescribe something like Viagra, so the erection will go on after he ejaculates.
So then he does need to go to a doctor, because he
for those things, yeah.
Because he keeps telling me he wants to go to this Boston medical group, and they're supposed to cure him with $150 and put him on medication, and he's supposed to be magically cured. And
well, there are things that they can do. Where is this? Is out in San Dimas? There's a group out there that specializes in this.
I have no idea. He found it on the internet.
Well,
and
Internet's going down the tubes, baby.
I'm kind of leery of that. It makes me feel like it's me, because every time we talk about him and past partners, it doesn't seem like he's ever had a problem.
He's too turned on by you, Lynn. He's too into you. He is.
How is that possible?
You should be flattered, Lynn.
How's that possible?
Well, molested as a youngster, married at 21, there you go.
Have you ever been to therapy about that, by the way?
Yeah, sort of. Not really.
No, that's a no.
Yeah.
Johnny, it's a no.
Why don't you send him to the clinic, and you can send yourself to the therapist?
Well, because I've talked to my therapist, and me and her have decided that, when I feel comfortable about dealing with it, then I'm going to deal with it. But for right now, I just, push it back to the back of my mind, because it's really, really painful for me to think about it.
Right. There's something to that. I mean, containment
Well,
is
because it was from 11 to 15. I mean, that's
okay.
To me, it's a phenomenal thing.
Right.
But, I mean, to other people, it might not seem like that.
All right. Well, just, Lynn, take him where Dr. Drew said to go, which was where again, Drew? Will you tell her again?
No, urologist or just his doctor.
All right. I have a question for Shawnee. If you're dating a man and he's not that great in the sack, does he have any chance of marrying you?
No.
She wouldn't be dating him.
Exactly.
Well, that just seemed kind of odd to me with Lynn there. All right, let's speak to good old Rob. Rob, you're 21 on LoveLine.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Shawnee a couple questions.
What's up?
Basically, I mean, I love watching you on Becker. I love your character.
Thank you.
A blonde doesn't do you right, though.
I've heard that from several people.
You're talking about on top of her head, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Basically, have you ever considered doing any pictorial magazines, Playboy, anything like that?
Down boy.
No, it's all right. It's honest.
Pictorial.
Right through the mic.
You've got a beautiful body.
Well, thank you very much. I just think that a little left to the imagination is always nice. But I will be at Maxim next month, so you can maybe get your rocks off and still have some left to your imagination.
All right.
Maybe it'll be a good blending of the two for you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Bye, Rob.
Sure, thank you.
Maxim Magazine, you guys. You can see Shawnee
happy
on there.
jacking.
Yeah. All right, Alan.
Yeah.
What's up? From Arizona again. You're 30.
Wanted Shawnee to repeat the website.
Your band website.
F as in Frank, Y, D as in dog, O, L-L-A, second word, H-O.
Alrighty.
So for the website, $5 all one word, .com.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you asking.
Have a good one.
Bye,
You too.
Hey, Baba.
Yeah, Baba.
Baba. What's going on?
Well, I'm 11, and I'm really, really trying hard to work out.
Right, you want a six-pack, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already have arm muscles, but my sister says if I work out, it'll, like, shorten my growth.
Well, is she a nurse or something?
Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't
13.
really shorten my growth. I'm just wondering.
You don't want to You certainly don't want to overwork out, but you can work out. But I'm much less concerned about you affecting your stature than I am about your overall mental health. There's something now evolving called an Adonis complex. I mean, 11-year-olds obsessing about how they're built.
No, it's not that. I mean, see, the problem was that I was really fat when I was younger, and it's not. I'm just wondering if it's okay to work out.
It's okay to exercise in a healthy way. Okay,
Yeah.
don't over exercise.
I don't over exercise. I'm fine.
Well, maybe consult with somebody at your school, get a training program together that somebody who understands these things puts together for you, and make sure you don't do something unhealthy.
Best thing to do, Baba, I used to do this in 11 and 12 years old. Get up in the morning, 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups. Go to bed at night, 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups.
My brother used to do that.
Seriously, that was my dad told me to do that. He was
Pretty
coached my
simple.
baseball team. Very simple. Before you know it, you're in. We have time for one more?
No.
No? We're done? Yeah. Drew, you're sitting back now. Get to the mic.
Go to break.
All right, we're going to
All
break.
right, there we go.
It's Stryker and Drew and Shawnee Smith from Becker, and it's LoveLine. We'll be back in a moment. Hold on there, bastards.
We'll be right back.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right.
Yeah, we're back. It's LoveLine. We're going to wrap this up real quick. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. Shawnee Smith, thank you.
Pleasure was
Sorry.
all mine.
Good. The pleasure was kind of mine. Sorry I wasn't Adam Carolla, but you can watch her on Becker. And the website again for your band.
Website is $5ho.com, and we're playing the 31st of May. Mike Galaxy presents at the Gig on Melrose in Hollywood.
Cool. There you go. All right, Dr. Drew, I'll see you again tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
All right, for Dr. Drew, I am Stryker, and I am saying strawberry shortcake goodbye.
You called us. You felt some stuff in your nuts. Now, listen, you do go around smushing them because that's how you found these things.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Wilkins Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.